Weightlifting is important to me because I think it's awesome to be strong. I think training heavy and training for the unexpected is really important to anyone in fitness and in life. I started by doing CrossFit. I wasn't much of a lifter in CrossFit. I always had kind of a big engine and I could just move a lot of weight, but when it came to the snatch and any overhead movements, I had a lot of trouble. We had some great coaches at the place I used to work at, Studio 55, and they taught me how to weightlift. Lifting to me is where you move something outside of your body. We break things into gymnastics, propulsion, and weightlifting here. We think of things like propulsion as running or swimming or rowing. We think of gymnastics as anything where you move your body around a fixed object, whether that's a burpee or pull-up or a handstand push-up. And to us, we consider weightlifting where you move an object outside of yourself. So that could be a wall ball, a kettlebell, or a barbell, and you move that around your body. The overhead squat. Okay, I think the overhead squat is a tremendous example of core to extremity fitness. And what an overhead squat does is there's so many angles and so many joints from where the load is compared to where the mover of that load is, which is from your hand overhead to your hip. So any error in your sort of system fitness from your ankle to your wrist can be exposed in an overhead squat. Well, I would say, just lift, get started, work light and begin. I think some people are really, really terrified of weight training and lifting. And I think it really comes out of a misunderstanding of injury. I think a lot of people fear short-term injury at the cost of long-term injury. That makes sense in that people really don't want to hurt their shoulder or scrape their leg or have a sore back in the short run. But what they do is they avoid all soreness at all. And what you really expose yourself to is long-term injury, whether that's osteoporosis, diabetes, heart disease. An injury in your life is absolutely unavoidable. Nobody in the history of mankind has gotten out of it without an injury. And it's whether you're going to be prepared for it, whether you've been, exposing yourself to stressors and traumas, and whether you have, almost like a vaccine, some exposure to it in a controlled set in order to meet it head on when it does come in an unexpected way.